Well, insurance companies are fleeing the Affordable Health Care Act like a flock of wild geese, and some are going bankrupt. Some of them are actually losing hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's because only sick people signed up for it. The young, healthy people didn't. So it turned out to be the Unaffordable Health Care Act. Businesses are going to 29-hour, 30-hour weeks. They're able to help people with some of their benefits, but not necessarily the insurance. And people are getting 75% of the income. So things are tightening up. You walk through the malls, and I don't know, it depends on the mall. Some of them are 2 or 3 stores dead in there. Some of them are all the little stores dead, and only maybe the big ones, the end caps on the malls, are still in business. We went through a big one yesterday, and, I mean, you could fire a cannon through there and not hit anybody. There was nobody in the store. Okay, so this is your time. If you want to help America, if you want to help your fellow Americans, if you want to help your family, whether it's your kids, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews, your brothers and sisters, your mom and dad, your kids, what you want to do is contact your Youngevity associate and get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy, and learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, and aromatherapy oils. Okay, that's the trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy. Then there is a book that was commissioned, actually, by Pastor Creflo Dollar from Atlanta. Great pastor. Done a lot of great work with him. And it's entitled Black Gene Lies. He wanted me to find out all the diseases that are said to be genetic in the black community, which are not, and which ones could be prevented and which ones could be reversed. And turns out it's all of them. There's no genetic diseases in the black community. I repeat that. There are no genetic diseases in the black community. And that includes, of course, blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, cancer, Alzheimer's disease. You name it, there's no genetic diseases. No sickle cell anemia. Those are all nutritional deficiencies of the embryo. Totally preventable, and many of them are totally reversible with supplementation. So again, I urge you to get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy, and learn how to do your own physicals for $4.50 instead of $2,000 at the doctor's office. Come on. You can take your own blood pressure and your own pulse. You can weigh yourself. You can get those same test strips from a pharmacy without a prescription. Cost $1.50 each, and you can do the 3 main tests, blood, urine, and a colonoscopic exam equivalent for a total of $4.50 instead of $2,000. Teach your kids, your grandkids how to do this. For Wall Street for Kids, it teaches you how to be profitable. It also teaches you how to put the benefits into your Youngevity business that the big corporations do for their employees. Like, you can say in your business plan that your Youngevity business will pay for your monthly premiums for health insurance, your monthly premiums for life insurance, your monthly fees for your fitness center membership, your qualifying cost every month. You have to buy so much to get a check every month. And that's all part of your business plan. Those become tax deductible. You can deduct the equivalent cost of your home office. So let's say it's 10% of your home, and your mortgage is $1,000 a month. 10% of that's $100 a month. That's $1,200 deductions right there. The same 10% off your utilities. The same 10% off your renter's insurance or your homeowner's insurance. This is very simple stuff. Okay, I urge you to contact your Youngevity associate, get a hold of these books and CDs, and become a Youngevity associate and help other people, and we will pay you to do that. You get a commission based on the amount of energy you put in, the amount of number of people you get involved actively in the program. This is something you can control. You can keep your job. I mean, if you're cutting your job by 25%, you're going to lose that 25% of income. You might as well find another way of income. And also, equally important, find tax deductions that will help you get back most of or all of your withholdings instead of giving it to the government. I mean, there are so many diseases we know how to prevent and cure that medical doctors don't want to cure diseases, even though they're curable. There's no law requiring them to cure you when there's a cure available. They can't make money when they cure you in 3 days or a week. They want to treat you for 20 years. Then they make the money. Okay, so once you think about Alzheimer's disease, it's a simple deficiency of a couple of nutrients, including cholesterol. It has nothing to do with aluminum or that sort of thing. It's really crazy stuff. Okay? Cardiovascular disease has nothing to do with cholesterol and saturated fat. Cardiovascular disease is caused by inflammation and deficiencies of certain nutrients. We get ruptured aneurysms and varicose veins, that kind of stuff. Those are deficiencies of single nutrients, and particularly minerals. And then you can have musculoskeletal problems. We're talking, arthritis, bone spurs, osteopenia, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, degenerative arthritis, bone-to-bone arthritis. It's imperative you get to work and solve these problems because doctors are not going to do it. You're not going to have much insurance anymore. Well, we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's see here. What pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I thought I'd talk a little bit about gluten intolerance, as I found a Fox News story here headlined, "Want to detect gluten on the go? There's a device for that." And apparently there is a California startup that has developed a portable technology that will allow you to be able to test your food when you go to a restaurant or somewhere else to make sure there's no gluten in it. So that even when you go out and see the labeled menu items, you're still playing Russian roulette, according to Shireen Yates, that is, a co-founder of this group called NIMA, N-I-M-A. And they say the San Francisco team from MIT, Stanford, Google, and Nike has made this product that can analyze any type of food or beverage for gluten down to 20 parts per million, which is what the FDA deems that you can call your product gluten-free. They say there is still cross-contamination, there is miscommunication, and you just never know, according to Yates. They said an estimated 15 million people in the United States have some form of food allergy, a statistic that's on the rise, according to the CDC. They say users of the device are instructed to fill a disposable cartridge with a pea-sized sample of food, then load it into the device, which is about the size of a half of a smartphone. And they say roughly 2 minutes later, the device measures the chemical reaction between antibody proteins and gluten. The screen will display a happy face if there's no gluten detected, and conversely, a wheat icon if the text reads gluten found, and will appear that they had found gluten in the food. According to Yates, the antibodies bind to the presence of gluten if it is present in the sample, triggering a change that his sensor picks up. And to date, the company has raised about $14 million in total with the help of a $9.2 million Series A round of venture capital funding. And according to Yates, this will drive the company's next-generation sensor, which consumers will be able to purchase as soon as 2017 if they want to detect milk and peanut allergies in their food as well. They're also launching an iPhone application to complement the device and allowing the users to share any results of the food they find. And first orders of the device are priced at around $199 and expected to be shipped out by the end of the year. I thought that was really cool. In fact, I'm considering getting one of the things.
Yeah, it's a very good idea because especially when you go out to eat a lot like we do, even if the food they're cooking is gluten-free, there's high probability of cross-contamination on the grill or the oven or the ice box or wherever. And sometimes they say, oh, that's supposed to be a crouton-free salad, and they'll pull the croutons off and leave all the crumbs from the croutons in the salad. And so it's one of those things where you have to be really careful. And if you're out a lot and travel a lot, one of those devices sounds like a good deal. I actually had breakfast with a guy today, been going to doctors for 20 years, had all these various problems, and he was telling me that he had some blood tests, and it showed that he had a low level of omega-3s and cholesterol in his blood and low levels of vitamin D, all of three of which are lipids. And, of course, vitamin D3 is a cholesterol derivative, and cholesterol, both of those are big things, hard to absorb. Under ideal circumstances, certainly when you have gluten damage. And he had rosacea all over his face. And I said, well, did anybody ever tell you you're gluten intolerant? He says, no, what's gluten? I said, well, that's your problem. That's why you've been going to the doctor for all these years. How come my doctor didn't tell me? Well, I'll give your doctor the benefit of the doubt and say he's ignorant. But it could be he's a crook because he may know what the problem is and not telling you and keeps treating you and having you come in and get more tests and this and the other. So in either case, get on a gluten-free diet, take your 90 cents of nutrients, that rosacea in your face will go away, and you'll be able to absorb more vitamin D3 is what I'm trying to go here. Vitamin D3, absorb more of that, and certainly absorb more of all your other nutrients. So it's one of those things where, and the EFAs, the omega-3s. There we go. And so you have to be aware of these things. You can be disabled. You can shorten your life and be sick and taking medications. And they wanted to give him cortisone, which will suck the minerals out of his bones and cause him to have diabetes. All because of gluten intolerance. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Missouri. And Craig, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Craig, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
I've got some kind of an unusual heart condition. I was at the doctor the other day, actually getting a cataract surgery, and they did an EKG, and it came back really abnormal. And I went to the doctor yesterday, and he said I have a left bundle branch blockage.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that a little bit more to me?
Well, bundle branches, it's kind of like a set of nerves that come into the heart, and they split up and divide into branches all over the place. And down into the left ventricle is called the left bundle branch. And it sends little signals to the heart and kind of regulates the speed. Now, when your heart did something funny, did it go fast? Did you have what's called tachycardia or atrial fibrillation or what?
Yeah, it goes fast at times, it seems like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's called tachycardia. Do you have a back problem?
Yes.
Well, there you go. How did I know that, Craig?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, this is caused by, in your upper middle back, right between your shoulder blades, there's what we call T1, 2, 3, and 4, which is your first four thoracic vertebrae after your neck, and then you have thoracic vertebrae number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the disc in between them begin to shrink. You have degenerative disc disease, or you could have a bone spur in there. And these vertebrae get closer together and begin to squeeze the roots of the spinal nerves that come out from between T1, 2, 3, and 4, which move forward in your chest and actually control the rate and rhythm of your heart. Okay, and you reach up to grab something off of a high shelf, or you bend over to pick up a baby or pet a dog. You sit in a chair and go back in a lazy boy chair. You lay down in bed, and your heart will start racing. And this is called atrial fibrillation or tachycardia or left bundle branch block. Okay, so what do you weigh, sir?
I'm about 5'10" and a half, and 230.
Okay. Yeah, 230. Yeah, I'd say you're probably 40, 50 pounds overweight for your height. Got to work on that. So what I'd have you do for all cardiovascular stuff, well, hang on. We're going to have to run to one of these message moments. Get your pen and paper ready. Craig will give you a diet change, and we'll give you a supplement program for cardiovascular problems after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to Missouri and Craig. Okay, first of all, you need to get rid of all the bad stuff out of your diet. And this alone will help you lose some weight and increase your percentage and efficiency of absorption of the nutrients we're going to suggest for you. In other words, you need to stay away from fried foods, no fried foods, absolutely no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, absolutely no oils, including microwave popcorn, theater popcorn, olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, and cooking oils. And then no gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, and oats. No gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, and oats. There is no such thing as gluten-free oats. The gliadin in the oats is just the same as gluten. It's just a different name. Okay. Then on the supplement side, this goes by body weight. And so start out with suggesting for you 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. A full dose of everything twice a day, the 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. And would also throw in the glucogel. I'd have you get 2 large bottles of the glucogel. So you could take 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And these are designed to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, bone itself. And it's basically what you have is a musculoskeletal problem here, which is secondarily causing the heart problem. So we're going to deal with supporting both systems, musculoskeletal and cardiovascular. And then, of course, lastly, I want you to take 1 dropper bottle a month of the ASAP. It's an acronym for as slim as possible, as soon as possible. Put a dropper full, not a drop, but a dropper full under your tongue, 30 minutes for each meal. Let it absorb to your oral tissues. Don't swallow the dropper full because it won't hurt you if you swallow it, but you're not going to get maximum benefit. You will lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day in the system. And when you get down to your ideal weight, you can stop the ASAP. But you do have to stay on the 90 for life because it's a nutritional deficiency of this particular class of nutrients that result in people being overweight. Okay. Doug, let's go to another caller.
All right, let's head to California. And Sam, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Sam, you're on the
Dr.
air.
Wallach?
Yes, sir. How can we help
Dr.
you?
Wallach, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hi. Thank you so much for taking my call. I've listened to you several times on Coast to Coast, and I've taken your products. I have a couple issues here. I'm supposed to see actually, number one, I've not been diagnosed, but every indication is because of the problems that I've had. I think I'm going to get genetically tested. I haven't done that yet, but I think I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Do you have any experience with that at all?
I missed that. After all that talking, I didn't hear what the syndrome was.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a genetic it's a genetic and collagen defect, a genetic defect.
Okay, so you have a collagen problem.
Well,
is it kind of like?
Yeah, actually genetically, the collagen
No,
and the connective.
I'm not asking you that. Does it act like lupus, where you have muscle weakness and pain and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I have a lot of muscle pain, and I've had 2 detached retinas, and I have a lumbar.
All right, we'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to California and Sam. 2 questions, Sam. Number 1, how much do you weigh?
I weigh about 174 pounds.
Okay. And then, did you have any asthma or skin problems like eczema or dermatitis as a kid?
No, and again, like this Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, my daughter thinks that she has it because I guess she's been diagnosed, but it's a connective tissue and collagen disorder.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That it's caused a lot of the problems.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to kind of look at this as kind of in the family of connective tissue disease, which are looking at things like lupus, fibromyalgia, sarcoidosis, and different countries have different names for the same disease, and so basically, what I would say is you got to get rid of all the bad foods out of your life. It's not a genetic thing, okay? It's not a genetic thing, although it is passed on from the females down through both males and females, and it's passed on through the cord blood and breast milk, but it's not a genetic thing, all right? And so no more than a sensitivity to poison ivy is a genetic thing. People can be really sensitive to poison ivy and intolerant to poison ivy, but that's not a genetic thing. Well, that's what's happening here with gluten. So for you and your daughter, everybody in the household, your spouse, partner, dog, cat, bird, fish, mother-in-law, renter, everybody in the household, including yourself, you can't wash your clothes in public coin laundries where you're going to get cross-contaminated. You got to watch what you eat everywhere. And so no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils of gluten. And at 174 pounds, I would go ahead and have 2 of what we would call the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. And then more specifically to support collagen maintenance repair, I would throw in 2 large bottles of the glucogel, and so you can take 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And let's see here. I would also throw in what we call immortalium. I'd take 3 of those twice a day, be 2 bottles a month, and that is to encourage your body's stem cells to go back to work and do their job and support the activities of genes, DNA, RNA, and telomeres, and let them support maintenance and repair. And you'll be amazed at how well you'll do. If you need some pain relief, if your daughter needs pain relief, we have the CM cream, wide mouth jars, and also the trauma oil. I'd put 5 or 6 drops of the trauma oil, a blend of herbs, into a teaspoon of the CM cream. Apply that to the most painful, uncomfortable, most seriously irritated areas, and you'll be amazed. You'll get 3 to 5 hours of significant or total pain relief. Call me every 2 weeks. Let me know how you guys are doing. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Chicago, Illinois. And Dave, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Dave, you're on the air.
Hello, doctor. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. How can we help you?
Sir, my question is a general question today. My Hispanic downline is asking me about how often and how to detox the liver. We understand the process of the gallstones and how it happens, but how often and how, sir? Can we do
Okay. Excuse me. Detoxing is a grand old procedure and process and things that people have been doing for thousands of years. And before you start thinking about a liver detox, I would get a blood test and see if there's anything wrong with your liver. If your liver's enzymes in your blood are perfectly normal, I wouldn't do a liver detox, okay? And so, again, if all your liver enzymes come back normal in a blood test, I wouldn't do a liver detox. There's nothing wrong with doing kind of a spring cleaning once a year. We have 5-day detoxes. We have 3-day detoxes. And if you work in an environment where there's lots of chemicals from, your job kind of thing, or you work in an environment where you're cleaning houses or offices, you're using all kinds of cleansers and solvents and things like that, you might want to use an everyday detox. And we have one. It's called Herbal Rainforest. It has 14 of the legendary cleansing herbs, including Cascara sagrada and Taraxacum. Excuse me. And then also it has 78 minerals in it. Tastes very good. Tastes like peaches. Little kids like it. And I would always start out with the Herbal Rainforest. I would start out with a tablespoon, which is a half ounce at bedtime with a glass of water. And if after 2 weeks you don't get diarrhea and you work in a toxic environment, you can try going up to a full ounce, as it comes in quart liquid bottles. And so you can go up to a full ounce after 2 weeks on a half ounce, which is a tablespoon, not having any problems. If you have diarrhea or you get a loosened stool on a tablespoon, I would not go up to a full ounce because you're going to get diarrhea, okay? But these detoxing herbs are legendary in that they've been used all over the globe by different cultures, and this is for doing spring cleanings after wintertime, clogged up in a house with wood fires and smoke and soot and all that kind of stuff, breathing all that in and working around chemicals and so forth. And that would be the general answer. Okay, we do, like I say, have 3-day and 5-day detoxes. You could do that once a year. I wouldn't do it every month, especially if all your blood work comes back normal. Okay, but everybody needs the 90 every day. Even people who are thinking about detox, everybody needs the 90 essential nutrients per day, just like your car needs 6 quarts of oil, kind of a preventive maintenance thing. You don't want to wait until you get sick and broken down before you start thinking about what vitamins and minerals am I going to take. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Maryland. And Carmen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Carmen, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. This is Carmen, and I have messed up my face. I was using baking soda, and I have dehydrated it to the point where it's like paper thin, and it burns, and it itches, and I have been using essential oils on it and plant-derived minerals and colloidal silver.
Sure. Did you ever have eczema or psoriasis or dermatitis as a kid?
No.
Okay. Did you have your appendix out?
Yes, about 2 years ago.
Oh, well, there's a bingo, isn't it? How'd I know that one? I can see the scar from here. No, they go together, okay? And
Okay.
Do you have any children?
No,
Okay, do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have one sister.
Does she have any skin problems or respiratory problems?
She has a lot of skin problems.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I believe you girls have a gluten intolerance, and so what you do, and so it's difficult to absorb nutrients, particularly omega-3s, fats, cholesterol, that kind of stuff, all the good stuff. And so what I urge you and your sister to do is get on a gluten-free diet. No wheat, no barley, rye, no oats, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten. And what do you weigh, Carmen?
About 138,
Okay, and how tall are you?
5'3".
Okay. I would go ahead. That's about maybe a little few pounds overweight, but not bad. But I would definitely take one healthy brain and heart pack per month. I'm doing that for a specific reason, for the EFAs and the EFA pluses. So you're going to take, well, I got to run to one of those messages. So hang on here. I'll get your pen and paper ready. I'll get to your supplement suggestions after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach for Longevity, 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to Maryland and Carmen. Okay, we got rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils whatsoever. That means no microwave popcorn, no theater popcorn, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, sodium, cooking oils, and no gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, and oats. That includes dog food, cat food, bird food, fish food, spouse, roommate, mother-in-law, renter, everybody in the whole household has got to be gluten-free because of cross-contamination in the laundry, the food preparation surfaces, the couches where people watch TV in the bed you sleep together in, okay? Then from a supplement standpoint, at 138 pounds, I'd go ahead and take one healthy brain and heart pack per month, get an extra bottle of selenium so you can take 6 of those a day, 2 at breakfast, 2 at lunch, 2 at dinner, or if it's more convenient, 3 and 3, and then a half a dose of everything else twice a day. Particularly the EFAs, I would take 3 EFAs at breakfast, and the EFA pluses take 3 at dinner time. So that'll work out nicely. That's particularly for the moisturizing health of your skin. And let's see here. I would also eat, say, 6 eggs a day, poached or with soft yolk, soft boiled with soft yolk, soft scrambled butter. You can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. You can take a shake and mix it in, or a smoothie, mix those eggs in. But be sure to take the eggs. Don't fry them, not over easy. Soft poached, soft boiled, or soft scrambled in butter. No margarines, no oils, butter. Okay, if you have to use that stuff. And then call us in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks, and we'll walk you through this. This seems pretty straightforward, and this should be a resolvable thing. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Toronto, Canada, and Ron, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Ron, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. It's an honor to speak to you.
Well, you're very kind, sir. How can I help you?
Okay, I'm 54. I weigh about 180 pounds, and I take 2 scoops of the 90 for Life every morning with 4 poached eggs. And
okay.
I like to lift weights. So I'm wondering, am I underdosing or just right?
Okay, well, at 180 pounds, I'd kind of say it a different way. I'd have you take 2, especially since you like to do hard physical exercise. Stay away from all the bad stuff, which I'm assuming you're doing. But also you want to take 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs per month. Take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, so you're getting a full dose of everything for your muscles. I would throw in 2 large bottles of glucogel, so you can take 15 of those a day, 5 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that is to support healthy maintenance and repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, bone itself, all the musculoskeletal stuff. And then for nutrient repletion, have you use our Rebound sports drink, which has 100 nutrients in it. Gatorade has 2, Powerade has 6, and Rebound has 100. And so, it sounds like you're pretty fit. And let's hear from you every couple of weeks when you get started on this program. And you'll be amazed at how well you'll do. One of the things you'll find out, you may only sleep 4 hours a night. That's how I've been only sleeping 4 hours a night for 70 years. But that gives me 4 more hours during the day, and that's the complaint to most busy people. There's not enough time in the day. So you take your 90 essential nutrients, stay away from the bad stuff, your body will repair itself in 4 to 6 hours instead of 8 to 10 hours. So you're going to gain some extra time. Don't roll around in bed for 2 hours and complain you couldn't sleep. Get up at 6 hours or 4 hours, whatever it is. Get on that computer, get your work done, and you'll have time for either fun things or more productive activities than you would if you sleep 10 hours. Okay? But very, very good. Thank you, sir. And I believe you will do very well. Just give us a call every couple of weeks and bring us up to date, and we'll walk you through this. All right. How much time do I have here, Doug?
You got about 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay, everybody, I want you to get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy, and learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, and aromatherapy oils. Thank you so much, Doug and Sam. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.